I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mase and Cam.
Killer, what's good, man?
Murder, what's good, man? How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. Had a long weekend, man.
Did you? What happened?
Yeah, man. A lot of stuff, man.
Like what happened over the weekend?
I have to tell you.
I figured you had a long weekend, man. You said that Kansas City lost on purpose. I seen that. I said, my man, jet lagging. Must be jet lagging, man. I say he must have had a long weekend, man.
Oh, man.
This is a setup.
Yeah, sometimes you got to let them win so you could prepare for the playoffs, you know?
Okay.
You know how when in boxing, I said Floyd used to do this all the time. He would beat somebody and said, well, you know, he's a hell of a champion, you know. He's not better than him, but he put him up there so when they would go to fight, they wouldn't be as, you know, as motivated.
Floyd never lost, though.
I know.
I don't get that analogy. I don't think that was a good one. Floyd never lost. Floyd never let anybody win.
Yeah.
I told you I ain't gonna let you go outside like that.
He let some people win in the sparring matches, you know.
I can't. You know what? You know what's funny? I'm not even combating with you. I seen Bill Haney and Floyd fighting one time, and Floyd said, to Bill Haney, they was arguing on live. He said, Devin beat you up in the gym. He said, well, congratulations, you got an undefeated fighter in the gym. Congratulations.
That's what I was hinting to.
Okay, that's what I was trying to understand.
You're undefeated when it doesn't count. So they're 5-0 against, you know, Kansas City when it doesn't count. When it counts, they're 0-4.
I think it counts, so. Look, one thing I'll say about you can never count Kansas City out, but they third in their division. Josh Allen and them niggas, they gotta win because surprisingly to everybody, the Patriots is in the fucking first in their division. They talking about Drake May MVP candidate. Mm-hmm. So every game for Buffalo is a must win because Stephon Diggs went over there in the same conference and said, fuck these niggas. Niggas thought they could do it without me. Which they, you know, every year they lose to, you know, whether it's fucking Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, whatever it is, or Joe Burrow, they never get it done. So I will give you that. But at the end of the day, all these games are starting to count. And for position, for the bye, for even playoff contention. But I cannot argue with you that Josh Allen does not get to the big game. Definitely doesn't, man.
We'll see if things change. But a lot of things that I feel like people haven't expected to happen has been happening, and that takes us to our first game. So Cardinals beat the Cowboys 27-17, which Mike said that there was no way that this was going to happen, and that is exactly what happened. So Mase, do you think the Cowboys are still a legit team?
I told you I was never going to talk about the Cowboys, but since Mike is not here, We'll deal with it. The Cowboys have never been serious to me. I think outside of CeeDee Lamb, and you got CeeDee Lamb is a great player, you know, and he shows up pretty much all of the time. First ballot Hall of Famer. What else can I say? And then you got Dak Prescott, who plays amazingly until it's time to win the big game. Until he wins a second round playoff game, I really can't really take this serious. And you're asking me the question, are the Cowboys serious? Absolutely not. I think they're playing good. They're playing okay. It seemed like earlier they were playing much better, but I'm not ready to put any chips on the Dallas Cowboys. I love the city of Dallas. I love the food in Dallas. I love the people in Dallas. But this Cowboys team haven't been good for quite some time.
Yeah, I don't really even, first of all, to answer your question, no, I'm not taking the Dallas Cowboys seriously. I don't ever take them seriously. I think that they're a great marketing machine. Jerry Jones is one of the best businessmen we could talk about ever, especially in American sports history. But no, the answer is no, I'm not taking the Cowboys seriously. To me, this is more about the Cardinals than the Cowboys. The Cardinals, you know, Kyler Murray's hurt. He's been hurt for the last few games. And even though they lost 5 in a row and Jacoby Brissett has been playing, he lost his last couple, which was not his fault. You know, the Titans game, You sat there and the dude Amari DeMarco, pardon me if I'm pronouncing your last name wrong. You get to you run 70-something yards, then you get right to the 1 yard line, drop the ball like you was in zone, which cost them a touchdown, which eventually cost them the game. But Jacoby's playing real well, and I think that the real issue right now is when Kyler Murray comes back, what do you do? Because they love Jacoby. The players, I seen after the game, the players were praising him. They saying how much he does in the locker room, not just in the locker room, in the huddle. And they like him a lot. So if you're the head coach, then you have a real big problem on your hands. It's not a problem because it's always good to have two quarterbacks. Kyler Murray's supposed to be your starting quarterback, not just starting quarterback, your franchise quarterback. You paid him as a franchise quarterback. So I think Jonathan Gannon has some, which is the head coach for the Cardinals, for those who don't know. He has some real big decisions to make. Marvin Harrison Jr. looks spectacular, looking like a chip off the old block from his father. Not only that, the defense looked really good. Look, when you got somebody who controls the locker room, and when I say the locker room, the players believe in him, whether it's the coach, whether it's the quarterback, no matter who's your emotional leader, as an organization, I think that counts. So I think the bigger question is not really about the Cowboys. It's about the Cardinals moving forward, because Kyler Murray is supposed to be week to week. Now, if Kyler Murray is good next week, what do you do with Jacoby Brissett playing this well? I think that's the bigger question that you take away from this game more than the Cowboys losing.
Yeah, I think even with the money they giving him, you're right, they have something serious to consider. But to Stat's old philosophy, he can see over the defense, and that makes the offense that much better. What do you think, Stat?
I mean,
stature does matter.
No, it definitely does. Like, I think that's how you make the perfect QB. I'm not saying a perfect QB has to be a certain height all the time, but you definitely got to be taller than Russell Wilson. That's my take for that. But I will say, just the fact that the Cardinals are on a 5-game losing streak and it took them playing the Cowboys to beat that is insane, because they got their asses beat on both sides, offense and defense. So anything is possible. I think the Cowboys fans are still going to be a little bit delusional and just say, like, well, it was this and it was that, and we need it. Like, it's
what did they say it was on this game, though? This is not a high-powered team. This is not a juggernaut when it comes to defense. So what's the real issue here? And you got a new quarterback playing.
I'm not sure. And according to Jerry Jones, he said that they're making made trades that will immediately address some things that have been their shortcomings. So for this trade deadline, which is today at 4 p.m., maybe he's fixed it, but I feel like everybody's going to just pretend like they can fix the issue, even though you guys have been having issues and we've seen the holes. But each their own. Maybe they'll be able to figure it out. Okay, so next, the Bears beat the Bengals 47-42. So, Mase, do you think that the Bears can take over the NFC North?
This is really interesting, because the Bears, just last year, we were talking about how poorly that Caleb Williams was playing, and it seemed like he literally has found some range right when it comes to this team. I think whenever he's not turning over the ball, or this team doesn't have turnovers, they're a pretty good team. They're not a great team yet, even though they stand at 5-3. I'm not ready to say that they're playing great, even though they had some really key wins this year, even this far. I'm not ready to say that. And then this team that they beat in Cincinnati, they're without Joe Burrow, so they won a close game without Joe Burrow. But according to Killer, every win counts. According to the league, every win counts. So we can't, if they showed up in an NFL uniform, we got to take the win serious. But I'm not ready to say that they're a serious contender in the NFC. Not just yet.
I think that's the question. Are they serious contender?
Basically, do you think they can take over the NFC North? Because we see
in that division, absolutely. In the conference, I don't think so. In the division,
in the division, yes. I misheard it. I thought she said a contender for the North. I meant the NFC, so I said no.
All right, man.
I just wanted to jump in before you say, Mase, what are you talking about? I was really referring to the whole NFC.
Habitual line stepper. It's just habitual line stepper. Nah, but seriously, in that division, look, and I know we're gonna get to this game next, but you got Green Bay, who lost to North Carolina, and then you got Minnesota, who beat the Lions. Now the Lions, if at the beginning of this year, you're asking who's going to win this division. You're like, oh, the Lions are going to win this division. At the beginning of the season, you're saying who could win this division. You're sitting there and saying, well, Green Bay is looking good. It looks like they could win this division. But this division's all over the place. And I don't see a clear-cut winner right now. The Lions don't look as dominant to me as they've been looking the last 2 years, whether it's injury or otherwise. They just don't look that dominant. As soon as you say Green Bay, they look like they are all right, they don't pass the eye test. And then when you got the Minnesota Vikings beating the Detroit Lions conference, a division game, I absolutely definitely think that this division is up for grabs. So if you're asking if the Bears could be a contender, I don't know about a conference, but in the division, absolutely. Now to the game. Look, we have some very, very great analysts up here. I think Murder and myself did an extraordinary job picking out our analysts because a lot of things that's going on during the season, they called this shit. When you sit there and say it's no clear-cut dominant team this year, which Michael Irvin said, it's no clear-cut dominant season. We just see Indianapolis lose this past week. And then you might sit there and say Denver, but you're sitting there waiting and say, okay, who's going to be the dominant team? And Denver's looking really good too. But I don't see a clear-cut dominant team, even though I love Sean Payton and what Bo Nix is doing is amazing. Secondly, now we get to Arabia. Arabia said, Cam, when I was trying to sit there and get the fucking backup of alley-oop, and I was saying this, that, and the third, and our offense is high powered. Got Jamar Chase and the T. Higgins and yada, yada, yada. She said, Cam, her exact words was, Cam, if you score 40 points and your defense can't stop anything, it's not going to matter. It's the same thing that happened last year. Mm-hmm. And I was like, nah, man, that ain't going to happen. Trying to boost the morale for the Cincinnati Bengals. But I'll be damned if that's not exactly what the fuck is going on. This is the first time in NFL history a team scored a minimum of 38 points back-to-back and then still lost. You got Joe Flacco, 92 years old, going for 450 yards, fucking 450 yards, 4 touchdowns, had a couple picks, but he brings them back to get the lead. He brings them back with less than 2 minutes left, and you let these niggas walk up the fucking field and get a touchdown. Like, come on, the defense is just, it's out of hand. And I told myself last week or the week before last, I'm not putting my heart in this, but this isn't even about my heart with the Cincinnati Bengals. This is more about pure disgust. This is pure disgust with the defense for the Cincinnati Bengals. You asked Jamar Chase after the game, how you feel about the defense? He said, I'm going to just keep my opinion to myself because I don't want no defensive players coming over and chew you out. Chew you out about what? The fuck are you talking about? Hold on, let me get to, because I had this game already up and loaded on my shit. Jamar, what are you talking about? Chew you up about what? About the 111 yards you had and the 6 catches you had? Or about the 7 receptions that T. Higgins had and the 121 yards he had? Or like I already stated, Joe Flacco, 31 for 47, 470 yards, 4 touchdowns? What the fuck are you talking about? I like Chase Brown because Chase Brown kept it cool. We get the ball up the field, we score. All y'all got to do is close the game out. Which y'all don't close the game out. I never said, listen, the new defensive coordinator, he did worse than the last one. I don't know what to say. I have no idea what to say besides what I said previously a week or two ago. And I know it ain't realistic, but I really, really believe that Ohio State defense is better than the Cincinnati Bengals defense. I mean, of course, I'm a Buckeye, but they have the number 1 defense in the country. I really believe that they could play way better than the Bengals is playing. If I'm an offensive player on the Bengals, I don't know what else to do but outside of slapping the nigga, because you're wasting all the offense power that we have. 2 games with 40 over 38 points and you lose, man. I don't know what to say, but I know I got into the Bengals, but
okay.
I think that the division for the Chicago Bears, that division is up for grabs.
I know you're talking about the Bengals, but all I heard from that was that this is the Steelers' year. That's what I got.
Well, let me say this.
That's all you heard.
I heard what he was saying, but that's how I was feeling.
Well, let me tell you this. I will tell you this right now because I wasn't here yesterday. I'm pretty sure y'all talked about it.
Yeah.
But I know the sense of urgency better be with the Steelers after the way Lamar Jackson was looking when he returned last week against Miami. Now, y'all niggas better not play because the way Lamar Jackson, did y'all talk about that yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed it.
Okay.
But the way Lamar Jackson played against the Steelers, against the Dolphins, every game better be a must-win for you because that nigga looked like he looked like he wasn't hurt. Derrick Henry looked like, I got my nigga back. I ain't see Zay Flowers since 1926. He showed up to play. Sometime it just take one nigga to boost the morale for the whole team. So sit and play that game if you want. I told niggas 2.5, 3 weeks ago that Baltimore will win this division. And don't get it, and you know what's good? They still got to play the Steelers twice.
Yeah. And
they still have to play in division the Bengals twice. You win them games.
You just don't know. It's just been different every week. I'm excited. You do have a
I don't mean
great
to kill your
point.
joy.
No, my joy cannot be killed. That's the thing. When I'm excited,
it will be.
No, because y'all just next episode, because we gotta wait for the trade deadline. We did give up a piece. I mean, shout out Beanie Bishop because I thought he was great for our team, but they're looking for another wide receiver. You just don't know. Like
You're
I really
always happy this time of year.
Yes.
In November.
Exactly.
It's a championship.
No, because we're already off to a great start. So I'm just excited.
You're off to a great start last year about this time. A better start actually last year than this year.
This is still a great start for this year.
Yeah, this is when they put Russell Wilson in and he was getting the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Look,
remember all that talk?
One of the best teams right now, standings wise. So I have a lot to be excited about. Yes, Lamar Jackson, that's real hard to go against, but right now I'm feeling good, and I'm gonna keep being.
You gotta get Roger Goodell to give you the trophy in November.
Yeah,
everything.
And you know what? I'm starting to see Aaron Rodgers look grumpy. He's starting to be on the sidelines with that jet shit. Grumpy old man. Everything's aggravating him. You can see it all in his face. Aaron Rodgers, he's still playing great in a high level. Really, really good.
Yeah.
But the grumpiness, you just see it, my nigga.
Yeah.
It is. I hope it don't come to a head to where he's mad at a player. I already seen him get mad at a player.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't say the wrong thing at a press conference about Mike Tomlin. Listen, I see the signs of a grumpy old man, and I hope it doesn't translate towards the team, which I already see a little bit of it happening.
Hopefully it won't. We good right now, y'all. That's all I'm excited about. Okay, so this last football game before we move on to basketball. So the Panthers beat the Packers 16-13. The Panthers are 5-4. Mase, are you ready to take them seriously? Because I feel like a lot of times people just hear the Panthers and are like, meh. How you feeling?
The Panthers did a complete turnaround. They must have heard us talking about those tickets and it being 50 cents or $1 or whatever it was, but I think it's always an exciting time when they could beat somebody of the stature of the Green Bay Packers, because right now they didn't beat an unformidable team. This Green Bay Packers team, had they won this game, they would have had one of the better records in the whole National Football League. So I think I had to go off to North Carolina, and what a way to turn around this team. You know what I'm saying? Just last year, I don't think they had any wins. And then when you look at Bryce Young, he's not playing spectacular, but they're getting a win. So I'm definitely willing to say they're playing good, but not ready to put any stock into it.
Now look, I'm not gonna go against Tampa winning this division. I'm just not. You know, even though we know Mike Evans is out for the season, Chris Godwin can't stay healthy. But what? Imagine if North Carolina wins this division. This division every year, you know, till Baker Mayfield got there, and of course when Tom Brady was there. This is a division that the team goes to the playoffs with a less than 500 record. I don't know how the NFL fixes this. I don't know how this works, because every team who wins the division goes to the playoffs, but goddamn, sometimes the record be way worse than other teams who's in third place in their division. So I mean, it's been a topic for years. So let me not even dwell on that too much. But what I will say is this: that you got to give credit to